I'm Bonnie Entler. Welcome to Seeds of Literacy.
Bonnie's our executive director. I'm Joe Steigerwald, who's the development director here at Seeds, and our mission is to provide personalized education that empowers adults to succeed in their communities. So we're going to take you on a little tour today.
We're also going to ask everyone today what education means to them. Education means to me a lifelong learning process.
And to me, education, I think, is a way to be healthier. It brings wealth. It impacts generations of children, and it's something that you always have. It never can be taken away from you. So with that, we'll show you where our students sign in. We serve about 1,000 students a year. All our students are adults, and most of them have not finished their high school diploma or GED for various reasons. So they come to Seeds looking for an answer and looking for a way to improve their lives.
Every student signs in as soon as they arrive, and we have a very non-traditional classroom here at Seeds of Literacy. We do all one-on-one instruction with a core of about 225 volunteer tutors. We operate on 12-hour days, Monday through Thursday. We've got a morning class that runs from 9 to 11, an afternoon from 1 to 3, and an evening from 6 to 8. And students can come to class as often as they like, whenever they're available to attend class.
So it's a little different from a traditional classroom where a teacher is standing in front and everybody's sort of listening. And here, two adults are sitting down together trying to figure out a problem. It might be a fraction problem, it might be writing an essay. We cover all subjects that are covered by the GED, which is language arts, math, science, and social studies. So each test is individual. You take it one subject at a time. So a lot of our students study for one subject and then take that test before going on to the next one. So we are going to go see our site coordinator, who is the staff person who sort of manages the classroom, matches student needs with tutor abilities, and her name is Shabriz, and we're going to go this way.
Write this in a simpler form.
This is Shabriz. She is the one who manages all the action here in our morning class. And Shabriz, what does education mean to you?
What does education mean to me? Education means a stepping stone to try to reach your goals as far as career opportunities, just empowerment. But one of the biggest things that I see is that it's helping our students help their kids with their homework. So that's what education means to a lot of our students.
Would you mind telling us what you have here and sharing those with us?
Okay, yeah, so we did a short survey of our students just to see what education meant to them. And some of the results were education means that I have a chance to become more than what I am. I have a better chance to get a job. You could never get enough of it. And it means a lot to me if I can get my GED. It will be a goal that I have accomplished in life. It also helps me to freshen up on my learning so I can try to help my grandkids with their homework. It makes me ambitious to explore and do more. And yeah, that's about it. Our students, they were a little camera shy, but they definitely wanted to put their thoughts about education on paper and share.
Great, thanks.
We also have some tutors who'd like to share what education means to them.
Cindy? This is Cindy. Hi. This is Michelle from United Way. So
Hi.
what does education mean to you?
Education means to me, okay.
Do
Do you mean here or just in general?
In general, either one.
And here it's been great. We work with the students to educate them, but we educate ourselves as well. We bring back skills we didn't realize we had. We learn new things all the time, both about academics and about how to deal with people. Each student is like a new challenge. You have to figure out what they know, what they like, how their brains work, and what they need. And then you go into your own mind and try to figure out how to deliver that to them. So when I come home from this, I feel refreshed. It's great.
Thank you.
Head over back. So again, as Bonnie said before, all our instruction is individualized. So students come in and they go through the registration process, which we'll talk about in a minute, but all of the work stays here at Seeds. All the students have a student portfolio where any tests that they take, their incoming test results, homework they've worked on is in a folder, so that any student can work with any tutor at any time. Our program is a little different, that we don't schedule our tutors or our students, which people are like crazy, but that really allows for both volunteers and for the people participating in the program as students to have incredible flexibility. That being said, a lot of tutors and students get pretty close and work together pretty well, so a lot of times they'll each say, well, hey, when are you going to be here next? Are you going to be here on Tuesday? I'm going to be here on Tuesday. So those relationships are really, really, really important, and that's what our students say again and again when we ask them what has made this difference at Seeds. They said, somebody cared about my education. I worked with somebody, and when I didn't show up, you guys kept calling me. We do a lot of student outreach when somebody isn't in class for a week. We do phone calls, we do emails, we reach out through Facebook, just trying to reconnect, because a lot of our students have some pretty significant barriers in their lives. 88% of them live at or below poverty. They might have some trauma in their life, and so those things and the ordinary things like transportation and childcare can get in the way of somebody finishing their education. So we try to work with them, connect them to partners, use 211 a lot, to be able to remove those barriers so that they can get back to class. So I skipped over registration. I'm going to pump that to you.
Another unique thing about our program is that we do weekly registration. At this location, on West 25th and Clark, registration occurs in our computer lab. We have 2 sessions. We have an afternoon session that is from 12:30 on Mondays and Tuesdays, as well as an evening session at 4:30 on Mondays and Tuesdays also. So students start in the computer lab to really begin to learn computer skills also. The GED exam is a computerized exam, so we want to make sure our students have those great digital literacy skills that are needed to take the exam. Our students vary. I was going to say, we try really hard to incorporate digital literacy also into all our educational pieces. We work with a program called North Star, which offers digital literacy assessment and gives us some baseline data. So our students are able to build up their basic computer skills as well as go through all the Microsoft Office skills. A couple of years ago, the GED went through some major overhaul. In 2004, it became a computerized exam. It is now $120 to take the exam, as well as a computerized exam, and has very limited test sites. So the one in the city of Cleveland is over at Tri-Seed Metro campus.
Can students that are studying here get the cost subsidized for their GED exam?
Currently, the state of Ohio does offer a voucher system, which brings the cost down to $40.
Great.
Well, we step over here and
Sure.
we got some testing going on. One thing about, here, I'll let you come on in. One thing about the GED, as Bonnie said, it in 2014 it changed to a computerized test. It was a paper and pencil test, so computer skills are an incredibly important part of our curriculum, and we're trying to find the best way to teach those digital literacy skills, because they're so important not only for the test, but really for just life as we know it. Applying for jobs, researching medical conditions, finding information about your children's school. My daughter goes to Cleveland Public School, and there's a lot of online communications between parents and students and teachers. So most of our students do not have a computer, a desktop computer or a laptop computer at home. They're really great on phones, but that's very different than typing an essay. So we work really hard to do basic typing skills, get people using Khan Academy to supplement their math curriculum, and just become more and more familiar with it. One thing that has changed in the past couple weeks, the state has announced that it will be recognizing 3 high school equivalency tests. So GED, that we all know as what that means, is sort of a brand. It's almost like a Kleenex. There are 2 other vendors that are going to be recognized as high school equivalency tests, the HiSET and the TASC. We are still waiting to hear on what exactly that means in terms of test sites, in terms of cost, but both of the other options are they offer computerized and paper and pencil still, and looks like the other two are a little cheaper. So we'll see how that rolls out with the state probably, hopefully before the end of the year. We are considering being a test site here and hope to do so based on, dependent on what happens with the state and sort of vendors, but we're talking to both. One thing I wanted to show is most of our students come to us reading at about fifth grade level math and reading skills. So what that means is, so for math, this is fifth grade math. So you're adding fractions, and the answer is, I have to read it upside down here. It's 37 and 5/6. So this is sort of where you start. This, you solve it and you graph it. Now I don't know what that means because I haven't done this in a really long time. So this is the difference between where our students come from and where we take them and where they need to be in terms of math. So it's a pretty big journey. Same thing with language arts. So we have a little piece about hurricanes, and the sentences are pretty simple. Hurricanes are large tropical storms that develop in the oceans of the world. Hurricanes gather heat and energy from the warm ocean water, and on sort of subject, verb, direct objects. Here is a portion of a GED test sampler, which is part of an essay, one of two essays that you have to read. So we have sentences like, there is no meaningful nutritional difference between pasteurized and raw milk does not contain compounds that will kill harmful bacteria. Higher level sentence structure, higher level vocabulary, and this is just one essay. You read two essays, and then you're comparing and contrasting and analyzing which essay is stronger. So again, from subject, verb, direct object to complex sentences and a lot of analysis. So I always think that our students are some of the most courageous people in the world because they come here in their 30s, 40s. Most of our students are in that range, saying, hey, I'm here at the fifth grade level with these simple math and simple sentences. I need to get here to do what I need to do. And, we need to be open for them. Our classes are free to our students. We rely on funders like United Way to make sure that our doors stay open year-round. There's no direct federal money for what we do. Adult literacy is part of the WIOA, Workforce for Opportunity Act, but we really don't get a lot of money passed through from the state. So we rely on foundations, individuals, and United Way to make sure that we can be here and serve our students.
And our program is really different than other literacy agencies. We offer the one-on-one instruction, which is very unique to Seeds of Literacy, as well as we offer great flexibility. The students can come to us 3 times a day, as often as they'd like. We also offer the weekly registration, which is also very unique. So whenever the student is ready to jump into the program, we are happy to accept them. We also use an incredible amount of volunteers, not only as tutors, but in every aspect of our program, from our housekeeping to our finances. We use volunteers for everything. And we also create a very unique environment that our students really share for us that is very compassionate and inspires them to continue their learning here at Seeds of Literacy.
Thanks for joining us, and our doors are always open. We're open year-round, 4 or 5 days a week. So please stop by if you're interested.
Yes, and we really appreciate the support of United Way. Thank
Thanks.
you for visiting us today.